Welcome back, guys, to Road to October. This is my weekly series where I take you on my journey between now and Halloween. It is March 21st, and this is episode number 2. So I got this really cool zombie mask from O'Neill Effects Studios, and I'll put it on and show you guys here in a little bit. But first we got to do a little bit of maintenance. One of these times I was putting it on, I noticed that there's a spot on the inside here. Let me find it. Right there. If you can see that. I thought I had ripped it, but like when I was putting it on. But it actually doesn't go all the way through. So it's just kind of like a little blemish or defect when they did the pull, I guess. I talked to Jeremy O'Neill, and he said, not a problem. It's probably fine. I could send it back to him, and he'd repair it. I didn't think it was that big a deal, so I was just going to repair it myself. So that's what we're going to do. And Jeremy showed us how to do this right on his website. But I got this DAP all-purpose adhesive sealant silicone, 100% silicone. And we're going to use that and a little bit of pantyhose. Me and my wife picked these up, so I didn't want to be that guy buying pantyhose. And basically we're just going to fill this in with the silicone and put the pantyhose material as around the area. And that's basically it. It shouldn't be a big deal. Normally I'd be kind of leery of doing this myself, but since it's on the inside, I think I could probably handle this. So, all right, so I got the pantyhose pretty much saturated all the way through with the silicone. Now I'm just gonna let this thing sit here for probably a good, well, at least 24 hours. Probably leave it here for 48 hours just because I don't need it to go anywhere. But anyway, that's supposed to be it. That's all that's required to reinforce or repair a silicone mask. I mentioned this year that we got a couple big projects that we're going to do for the new walkthrough. One of these big projects is we're going to build an elevator this year. I'm really excited about doing that. I got my inspiration from Don and Mary Powell over at Goth Gloom. They finished up their elevator after what I think they said 2 years worth of building. But yeah, they built a really super cool setup. Got another friend, Jason Champion, down at Darkside Honda States. They also have an elevator that I've seen in person, and I think it's just a really super cool effect to pull off. So I've already started collecting parts and pieces. I got my airbags. I got 4 of these. These are for suspension. You see them a lot on street rods and low riders and stuff like that. 15, 20 years ago, I was actually into the whole lowrider scene. I had an old station wagon, a Capri station wagon that was bagged, and then I also had an Isuzu pickup that was also on air ride suspension. So I'm not too much of a stranger to this kind of setup. So I think this will be pretty fun. I also got 4 solenoid valves. These are 2-way valves. The ones you traditionally see, I guess, on the props that we use in the past are 3-way. But that means air is either constantly going in or coming out. But there's no way to stop it in between. It's either one or the other. With these, you can fill up the bag, and then you have a second one that will trigger it, that will release the air out of the bag. The only downfall of that is you need 1 channel per solenoid. So Don and Mary's had all 4 corners independent, which means that they had at least 8 channels. I think they even had a couple other things. They had like fast up and slow down and stuff. So who knows how many channels those guys had. But I'm just doing 4. I'm just going to do basically side to side. I can lift them all up. I can drop one side. I can drop both sides, or vice versa. I think that's going to give it enough movement to give an effect that we want. To control our elevator, I picked this up. This is the TerraTech board. I picked this up on their Black Friday sale right after Thanksgiving. This is 8 channels, it has audio output, it has 2 triggers, and it also has HDMI output, which is going to be really cool. So, like I was saying, these guys require a channel themselves. I need 4 channels, so there's going to be 4 of those channels tied up right there. The other 4 channels are going to be for, you know, lighting effects in the ceiling, maybe a flash cracker or something out. We'll figure something out to fill up all these channels. So that's going to be pretty cool. The HDMI thing is going to be pretty awesome too, because Donna Mary's elevator, they had a monitor both in the wall and also up on the ceiling. I thought that was pretty cool, and you can really get the effect of that you're going down in the elevator chamber, you know, with that video monitor. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to have a monitor on the side, and it's also going to be triggered by this same TerraTech board. And of course it has audio and stuff like that, so we'll have loud screeching noises and blah blah blah. One thing I thought would be kind of cool is if we have a monitor on one side, put a drop panel on the other side for, you know, scare actor. I thought that would be a nice little effect. So we'll see how this all goes. But yeah, we got pretty much all our components, the big components anyway. We got the bags, we got the valves, we got the controller. I got my airline and a bunch of fittings and stuff. So I think we're going to be pretty well set. Bags I got off of eBay. I can't remember how much they were. They were pretty cheap. Same thing with the solenoid valves. I think it came in a kit maybe. 4 bags, 4 cylinder. Anyway, air fittings and stuff I got from automationdirect.com, and that came from a suggestion from Tim Thompson, another very, very valuable source for building these types of things. So thank you, Tim. $50. Any orders over $50 gets you free shipping. So I got my airline, I got all my fittings, and it was pretty cheap. So yeah, once I get these coffins gone out of here, I think we're going to start working on this. So I'm pretty stoked about that. I guess I'm going to have to, once I get it all built and everything, send it back over to work to store it for a little bit. So my wife probably won't be too happy. She's not going to be able to park in the garage for a little bit. So anyway, elevator 2016. I'm so excited. Well, we're off to a rip-roaring start today. It's Saturday, it's 12:30. I haven't done anything yet. It's crappy weather because it's raining. I was going to work on these coffins, and I usually do my cutting stuff out in the driveway, so I'm not going to be doing that. So I figured I'd work on the handles that I have to build. And I got to make 96 of these. And I realized, you can see here that my bandsaw, my blade that I have on here is too big. And of course my smaller one had gotten kinked, so I had to go back to Lowe's and buy a new bandsaw blade. So now I got to swap that out. And then I also got to drill all these holes. And of course I don't have a drill press, so I have to do all this by hand using a hole saw. So yeah, we're having shit tons of fun today. So I'm not sure if I'm going to get these coffins done this weekend or not, because we also have a birthday party at 4 o'clock, which is, what, 3.5 hours from now? So, yep, happy Saturday. Oh, and we're not at Trans World, so there's that too. So what I did was made this little jig here as the pattern of what I'm going to be using, and I took a bunch of these scrap pieces of wood left over from the coffin and marked them out as such, drew my line, marked the center point of the hole, and just kept doing that over and over again. And I drilled holes in all of these. So now I have to cut them down the middle, and then I gotta put them in the miter saw and chop them up. And then I'll end up with a bunch of these, which I now have to cut off the little curve there on all these things, and I got about 100 of them to do. So fun stuff. Sunday morning, it's about 38 degrees out. They're calling for rain and possibly snow showers today. But yeah, we got all our parts cut out. Ran them through the bandsaw, put the little curve on here. Now I gotta go through and excuse me, put a little cove detail all the way around in all these. So I've got all 100 of them cut out there, and route the edges, and then we can start putting these things together. I really don't want to be doing this today. I'll let you laugh at my stupid little router table setup. So this was the cutout piece of one of the Gothic windows, and I removed the base plate off the bottom of my router and countersunk the holes and just screwed it to the bottom of it and screwed the panel to my little table here. So that's my super high-tech router table. There's number 48. I am so glad to be done with those dumbass pole handles. That was so much work. Now I gotta do is just finish up the caskets, the coffins, and build up the sides. Put the handles on, ship them out. I don't think they're gonna get done this week. Yeah. This is taking way longer than I wanted it to. But anyway, we'll get to something fun here eventually, I promise. Thanks for stopping by to check out Road to October. If you want to see more of what we get into down the road, feel free to subscribe and come on back. I know we didn't do a whole lot of fun stuff this episode, but like I said, we got a lot of fun stuff coming up. At the very least, I got to go to Transworld this year. Kinda. See you guys next week.